Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we have Mike now. Have I fixed it? Is that it? Are we good? Haha! See? Pro streamer. I know what I'm doing. I don't. I have no clue. But we'll soldier on. I have sound now. Hopefully, yeah, that's a lot of people saying yes. Wow, and there's also a lot of people around. Hi guys, welcome back. So I've got a problem with one of my monitors at the minute. I'm waiting, hopefully, to see if I can get something to fix it, but at the moment, not so much. So everything's on the same screen, which is why screen, which is why you see all the stream magic happening and all the crap I have in the background. So I apologize. Hopefully, I haven't done anything to, dox myself or give anything major away. But yes, so there it is. Hopefully, we'll fix that soon. I'm using my work laptop, don't tell work, to monitor stream chat. So hello everyone. So hello to Maniacal Enigma, Sean Solo, Single Track 66, Randy Alum. Hello, and hopefully a couple of people that were in the stream earlier, like Mac Joe and such. Hopefully you've come back as well. If not, sorry. But yes, let's see if we can get this working. So this is where it crashed last time. So if it crashes again, I'll see you in a few minutes. No, it's all right. We have a retaliator. It's the same hanger, but now I can see it, so we're all good. So yes, so let's go do the Black Kite mission. Is basically what I was saying before. If you're struggling to get into a station or a landing point and you're hailing and the hailing thing's just timing out and it's not saying anything, then left Alt N, which is the hotkey for hailing. And if that, hopefully that will work for you. And that's that done, right? This is some weird stuff going on here. But hopefully that will work for you. That's why I wasn't even looking at the right elevator. Go me. Can pro. But yes. So yeah, that's where we are with 318. It is unfortunate it's not in a great state at the minute, I think. It's no surprise to anyone if I say that out loud. This is what we're going to kill the Black Kite with later. Let's close that door so that we don't die. But yeah, so again, my apologies for not talking to you or for letting you guys know that I wasn't streaming the last 2 weeks. But I think there's enough kind of awareness around 318 and how much of a mess it is that it was obvious that that was what was going on. And we'll have a proper go at it today and see if we can get somewhere useful. Yes, yeah. Fake it till you make it. Maniacal, right? Let's just fake it till we make it. But yes, so hopefully the camera's in a fairly decent enough place. The light isn't too harsh, but this isn't the light, by the way. I'm just this pasty. It's comes from years and years of living in the shadows in my gaming cave. You gonna let me out? No? Yes? Indifferent? Hey, there we go. That's pretty cool. I do like the retaliator. A good friend of mine got me this, so you know who you are, Edison. It's all your fault, but thank you very much, my friend. Oh, is this the? It doesn't want to play because I'm not in VTOL mode anymore. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Let's see if I can get out without dinking anything. Woohoo! Great success. That engine's pointing up. I do kind of like that they've done that. And let's now go forward. There we go. Purdy. You're very welcome. But no, I don't like the major landing zones because it's too laggy. So there. let's keep going this way. But yeah, if there's anything else anyone wants me to have a go at while we're here, I'm more than happy to. I only go on the Black Kite because I couldn't see chat, so I didn't know what people were wanting me to have a go at. But at the moment, salvage seems to be working roughly. One of the problems seems to be that once it fills a box and it moves it into a new location, that it then doesn't allow you to. You're scraping hull. You can see the hull disappearing, but it's not actually taking anything in. Now, if that happens, it seems to be at the moment the fix is that you can change in and out of mining mode. Doesn't seem to change much. You need to go to a next salvage site. So just move on. You know, if you're at one of those locations where there's lots of stuff around, so you get like 6 bits, I think, in one field, and it looks like it's parts of a staff error or something that you kind of need to move on, and the next salvage thing you come up to, you'll be able to salvage again. You don't need to do anything drastic like claim your ship or anything like that. So yeah, that's really the only bug that I found with the salvage stuff. I've also found, has anyone else tried salvage? What are your thoughts on it? I find it like, and I know I'm only saying what's his face morphologist said about it, but it is the most relaxing zen thing in the world to do, which is awful, because if I'm tired and doing that, the next thing I know is I'm just kind of slowly spinning on the spot and my vulture whilst I'm, because I've passed out doing it. But yeah, my hot take for 318 at the moment is just that. It's that, yes, it's kind of busted and broken, but this is what being an alpha is all about. There's not much that, you know, we can kind of, or that they can do about that, because these systems are just going to come in and are going to break things. And it looks like that actually what's breaking it is not necessarily PES itself, it's the amount of requests that the replication layer is sending to that backend server. And effectively it's the server that can't keep up with PES. But who knows, right? I think one of the interesting questions for CIG, and not that they're ever going to give us an answer to this, but one of the very interesting questions for them would be that delay. Did that help with how long, you know, with solving the problems and where we are now? Or actually was the time they spent delaying it to fix what problems they had, has that actually made no difference kind of whatsoever? Because I think that's a valid thing, right? Not to then go and hit them with it and go, how disgusting is it, you delayed it and it didn't solve the problem, lol, because they obviously didn't anticipate the problem that they had. But unfortunately this weekend it's just fallen that I've not been available at the times that the PTU tests for 318.1 have happened, so I've not really been around for that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some sort of a fix in the near term. I think what is likely to come out of this now is that we're not going to get, you know, we're not going to get 4.0 when we thought we were. I would be very surprised now if we got Pyro anything like this year, but that's not surprising to anyone, right? Hopefully that's no shock. Now, Black Kite. So we found the ship, and we now need to seize the data. So let's have a quick look at the story behind this mission. God, the Proclaimer's a good-looking ship, isn't she? Let's do this, and let's sit in close to it. So our signature mixes with theirs. Easy for me to say. Right. So here's the story. it is this. Okay, being hunted down a particular parcel of data, and right when I get a break, the ship gets attacked by this converted Ninetales reclaimer called the Black Kite. Tried to hack it. So basically, the Black Kite's been converted into like a data runner. Okay, here's where you come in. Need someone to breach their ship, get a hold of their decryption key, decrypt their server so I can remotely pull down what I need. You're smart enough to know what we're dealing with here, so plan accordingly. Destroy the Black Kite when you're done to cover both our asses. Absolutely. So, let's shut the engines down so we don't float away. Bit far out for this, but it's cool because it gives us time to talk and stuff. So, let's go out this way. The fun bit here is, how do I get out of this without, like, just braining myself on the... Do you reckon docking collar? Can I just run at this with enough, like, speed from underneath to, like, land in a snotty heap? I think I can. Let's give that a go. No, you're not gonna let me. There we go. Open door. Here's hoping I remember my helmet. Yes, I did. Good. Great stuff. So I don't even know what way it's trying to get me to move. Here we go. Lovely. So luckily, none of the turrets and stuff are operational. Did I honestly do this without my... So I had an FS9. I just... Yeah, I give up. Whatever. Yeah, Edison. Hello, mate. I may have mentioned that Retaliator came from a special place. Okay, so they put all in all these server racks, right? Deadly. Dun 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 doo doo or something. Doo-doo. That looks like the decryption key right there, doesn't it? Hello. Yes, it is. Decryption key found. Let's grab this as well. Let's grab his ammo. Because I'm all prepped for it. I've got FS9 mags on me and everything. Have I got med pens and stuff? Yes, I have. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now very quickly is just switch some of the FS9 mags over for those SMG mags. There we go. Knives only? Okay, why not? Well, I'm going to go and say that CIG maybe aren't putting NPCs in the toilet, so let's not do that. But let's do a little bit of knives only and see where we get. So I think, if I remember rightly, there's something remarkably satisfying about stabbing people in Star Citizen. If I remember rightly, the guys, all the stuff I need is in the cargo hold. But let's clear forward anyway. Suggestive water bottle. Sorry, Respawns, mate. I don't think No, it's either on my chair or on my desk, and I haven't got it with me today. So I'm sorry, dude. I could do a suggestive Dr. Pepper. Does that help? I mean, if that eye contact didn't make you throw up, you're a stronger man than me. Okay, so nothing here. Have we got anyone in the... No, no one in the drone control room. Let's go down. Let's do this. What's amazing is I've got like that close in a Retaliator and nobody's noticed. So it is either the POG stealth ship or these lot are just useless. I'm going to go with the latter. Okay, we are good. Hi, Dave, if you're watching, mate, good to have you on. Come and say hello. Just not the same, because it's not big enough. You mean? Are you trying to be? Are you trying to say something about size, my friend? Is that what's going on here? So these are their normal like data server areas, on the Reclaimer, but there's nothing much in there. So let's go back through the very aliens themed cafeteria, and then head aft. Now, I am not daft enough to do this next thing knives only. So let's do this with a gun. And I reckon, what do you reckon? Gantry? Salvage balcony? Shoot down onto it? Makes sense to me, right? It was the fact that it was sized and blurred out. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 1, 2. Native. Wow, this guy's reactive. Mind you, I'm not doing well as a shot at the minute. Oh, apparently they're solid objects. That helps. Shoot at me. Rude. So I reckon that screen is where I need to go. Just do a quick sweep of the area. Yeah, I can see myself on the camera, and I can see that I've kind of gone into this kind of hunch gamers must get as close to the screen as physically possible pose. I do apologize. Just like must see. Woo! Really? Can I shoot him from here? No, because that is actually solid. Okay, so we know there's one in there when we go in. But let's get down there now. Maybe I can stab him? Question mark. So what is that? Is that salvage processing? Or is it salvage halt? That's salvage processing, right? Let's find out. The full zoomed in beard experience. Absolutely. Or is salvage processing the deck with all the nasty on it? No, it's definitely the hold that I want. Let's have a look. Oh, took some damage. It didn't say that it hurt, but then again, I don't trust this game as far as I can throw it. Do you know, John Wicket. That was definitely that guy there, wasn't it? Was that it clear? That's a clear, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to die. Okay, so let's put the gun away before we do this, so we don't Star Citizen this out to into the ship or whatever. There we go. Put it into our hand. Hand, please. Thank God. Look, with the arrow in. How clever is that? Well done, CIG. Oh, there you go. Date of transfer complete. Is that it? New objective. Destroy the black kite. Cool. Now the question is, did these guys leave any loot? I don't think they do they? I don't think there's any like crates or anything that we can actually loot in here. Unless anyone can tell me different. When are you going to shoot people out of the Perseus? Well, funny enough, so I take it everyone knows how the Perseus came to be in my possession, right? The plan is that we are going to, when the Perseus first goes live, we are going to do a Perseus fly around the universe with as many people who want to join in. Welcome. So we'll plan it. I think we're going to do it as part of the info runners, but we will do a massive fly around the universe in Perseus's, just cause as much havoc as we can. So if you guys are around for that, it would be lovely to have you join. It would be a lot of fun, I think, to do that as a group. But yes, and then I mean, I can try and shoot you out of the guns. I can shoot you with the guns. I mean, whatever you fancy. But yeah, we'll definitely do something, because the way those guns came into my, sorry, the way the Perseus came into my possession is really, really cool. So, no, I didn't kill anyone for it. But yes, yeah, an absolute Perseus fleet. I think we can do some formation shots, which would be really cool. And then at the end do like just one massive Perseus battle, I guess. But yeah, something like that would be absolutely awesome. Let's hop across. I don't know why it does that. It just does this absolute spaz out thing as you kind of fly across. But I'm upside down as well, which is fun. Now, let's see if we can do the vertical into the Retaliator, or whether it looks as bloody awful as I think it's going to look. I reckon we go straight in vertically, and then see if we can just yeet it in from there. No, sir, we cannot. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's do an elevator then. See if we can at least use the elevator to get in. I'm sure this is going to work fine. The elevator's not going to kill us in the slightest. This is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Oh. Smoothest entry ever. That's what she said. Yeah. That was cool. Okie dokie. Now, let's go make a mess of this thing, shall we? Size 9 torpedo, meet Reclaimer. Reclaimer, meet size 9 torpedo. Engines on. Let's back up a little. Let's target the kite. Here's hoping there's nothing. Should we do this way so I don't end up blowing myself up? And just while we're looking, let's go to torpedo mode. Yeah, this is gonna be gnarly. Okie dokie. So let's go back into cockpit. So you can see there, I need to be at least 1 kilometer away from this thing. There we go. Locking it up. How many am I firing? I'm just firing one, right? Nah, whatever. Am I just firing one? Just blind fire. No. Yeah, I know I can. But yeah, I want it to be at least. You want me to be closer? Okie dokie. So I can just blind fire it into the back of this thing. Okay, let's go a little bit closer and do that. Under. In. Does this now hang around because of soft death? Oh no, she's breaking apart. Oh, she's proper exploding. No. She's breaking apart, but she's staying because of soft death? Does that mean that now I can fly round her again? I mean, for science, right? For science! Let's give her a chance to break apart a little. That, to me, looks like I can now fly around her as a part of soft death. Right? Or did she do this anyway? Can anyone confirm? I mean, it's a lot of credits for one mission, but yeah. Let's go find out. Well, at least they fixed that thing on the elevator where there's no gravity, and it was complete pot luck as to whether or not you got on it or not. It was like there. Whereas now there is you actually lock to it, and then you do the spaz out bit. Turn. Okie dokie. Let's find out. Let's go. I saw an entry up this way. So is this that it doesn't work, or is this that it's just bugged? Okay, so yeah. Because we are absolutely where the drone room would be now. Okay, so it's not as clever as all that. It's probably going to disappear whilst I'm moving around it. In that case, because this looks more to do with the mission than anything else. And then this is towards the back end. What's that? So all that survived it is one, whatever this is. What is this? Please ensure door is sealed after use. Danger something, something, something. Yeah, whatever that is. Good. So no, then, is the answer. And I don't think for a second that it's actually there, because I just seem to be able to get through it really easy, and that doesn't normally happen with EVAs. Normally doorways are the bane of EVAs. So, but just that appearance is so cool. Like what this is going to look like after the state of a fleet battle and stuff like that, and you rock up and there's multiple large capitals, all that just floating around, a salvager's wet dream. But yeah, just an amazing sight. That was the most violent getting into a chair I've ever seen. I'm going to go, boss. But yeah, so okie dokie. Let's have a look. Engines on. Right, so what are we thinking about next stuff to do? Anyone got any thoughts? Let's see if I can pop out chat and make it a little bit bigger. Pop out chat. There we go. That is also what she said. So, yep, stop turning. But yeah, so that's the Black Kite mission, and apparently it's different depending on what location you go to. So one, you've got to clean it out, and I think there's one that was covered in Star Citizen Live where it's like an organ harvesting thing that we could potentially go and do if people wanted to have a look at that. But I don't know which one of the locations that is. But yeah, so we've got a couple of options, whatever people fancy. But let's have just kind of a quick power chat. I mean, who's had a stable experience in 318? Has anyone managed to have something approaching a stable experience? Because I think this is about as stable as I've had it. You know, earlier crash notwithstanding. So what do you guys think? Where's it been for you? She's a good looking ship. She really is. Randy Alom says it's much better than first released. Single track, haven't tried. Similar issues. Yeah, single. I tell you what, mate. That's a good tactic to have. Is every so often is a break from the game because it just otherwise it becomes far too much, right? And a bit of a struggle. This is weird. I don't know why they do this, but you come in, but you don't come in at the same level as the orbital marker, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there you go. Whoa, steady. Coming in at the orbital marker now. Yeah. So unplayable for Edison, yeah, because it keeps trashing your connection, doesn't it, mate? It keeps you keep crashing your game on your PC completely, which is worrying. But yeah, not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. And this is something else that it seems to like doing as well, as it does this thing where it will only show partial parts of the star map. I don't know if that's an existing or whether that's something new with this one, but for me, it's certainly new. Yeah, Monster. I had that today. It's one of the reasons why, like this, it's not showing the orbital stuff, only the stuff on the planet. Don't know if that's intended, but it's getting annoying because it's like, I want to go to Port Tressler. Why can't I go to Port Tressler? There we go. Yeah, feathers. It seems so. It seems like it's gradually becoming more stable. You know, if I think there's a couple of things they can learn from their launch, and that's the second part of what I wanted to talk about really in this stream and with regards to 318 and patches breaking things, is that hopefully the lesson they take away from this is don't do it on a Friday. Because you then whatever issues you have are issues that you have until Monday and everyone returns to work. Because you know, I don't think it's reasonable to expect game devs to sit there and wait until work over the weekend, because they will have been working flat out, up to the deadline, right? I would imagine it was pretty damn hectic for them up to release. So this will be no different. So this is one of the things that I talked about And it's just gone. Hopefully I've still got you guys. Yes. No. Indifferent. Yes, I have, because you're still here. Well, at least it didn't take OBS with it this time. That's a key thing, right? So let's kill all the stuff in the background. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right. So now, hopefully, we can launch this again? Question mark. Well, at least I stopped. But that was one of the examples where it hails for a long time and then, doesn't do anything. And that's where you use Alt-N, and that should be your workaround to get a pad. It's not that there aren't pads available, it's that something's broken with the comm system. So Alt-N, which is the default hotkey for request landing. And that should be that. Cool. No surprise that Perseus on my background. That isn't set up for the stream. That is just my background. So, sorry, not sorry. But yeah, one of the other things I wanted to talk about with 3.18 is this idea of it should be more stable before they add things to it. That's not the case. And this isn't from necessarily a software point of view. This is just from a project management point of view. I often use the analogy of Star Citizen being a house, right? And you're building a house. And the idea of bug fixes and content adds, that's adding furniture. And the bug fixes are sweeping up and dusting and mopping and all that sort of stuff, right? All the adult boring stuff. And the reason that it's not the same is because at the moment we don't have the ceilings in place. We don't have the windows in. The doors aren't there yet. So mopping, hoovering, dusting are completely pointless, because when we put those things in, it's going to create more mess, right? And that it's just open to the way, it's just like utterly pointless. And that's where you are with an alpha. We don't have the ceiling in. Quanta isn't fully realized. We don't have the game loops. We don't have server meshing. We can't hop around. We don't have organizations. Party, tactics are remarkably basic. Crash recovery is working really, really well, which is a bonus, and kind of needs to be for this date and time, I would suggest. But there you go. But seriously, that's my kind of thinking when it comes to the game in its current state. This isn't a finished product. All the extra stuff that we're adding is the furniture, and that's the missions. It's the, adding the hobby cave is all the cool stuff like you do to a house, right? That's not what we're doing at the moment. That's not what's okay. So the comms thing worked that time, so that's all right. There we are. I have no idea what that is. That's on the side of that spindle, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, and I know. Yes, yeah, absolutely. A tidy site is a happy site, absolutely. But a tidy site can be, levels of muck, right, that you wouldn't normally have in a house. So the fact that there's some dust around and that sort of stuff, there's some concrete residue, whatever. Yeah, and do you know what? That's the interesting thing. That's a really nice analogy, actually, Single, that, one of the things that they're doing here, that they have to add little bits of content. They have to do some mopping up. They have to do some hoovering and spring cleaning and stuff, because we are, it is, although it's not a live product in the traditional sense, it is a live product. Right, so normally we would never get our hands on something like this at this stage, whereas now we do get our hands on something like this at this stage. Oh, I was happy with that landing. That was quite tasty. That's it. I'm peaked. Star Citizen. I'm done. I'm out. That's it. Streaming over. Content creation. End stream. Mic drop. Boom. But yeah, exactly that. And there's lots of stuff that needs to happen. And it is just going to keep breaking stuff. So, like I've said to people before, yes, you are entirely correct that to be annoyed by it because it's a live service. You also must expect it to happen again multiple times. Now I'm down one torpedo. See? I'm missing a torpedo here, eh? So yeah, we have to expect it multiple times when we get big tech blockers. And the reason it doesn't happen normally is that we don't have big tech being added like that normally. PES is a huge part of the back end stuff. And what I think it's showing at the moment is that a lot of the back end stuff, and this is no surprise to anyone, but a lot of the back end stuff CIG have in place at the moment, it's not ready. It's not up to spec, and I think we knew that like with Quanta and stuff. When Quanta comes in, it's going to have to get much better, and so on and so forth. So yeah. And that's kind of my rant about 318. It was a pain that it was taking an awful long time. I appreciate people's frustration. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not suggesting that people are wrong for being annoyed. They're not wrong for wanting it quicker. But there does need to be, I think, a little bit of faith when CIG says to us, it ain't ready. Because I'm pretty sure that all the people who are going, oh, just release it, it will be fine, are feeling pretty silly round about now. Because it isn't fine. It wasn't fine. And it's not going to be fine for some time yet. But sometimes we only find that out. Gib hot dog. Gib hot dog. Gib hot dog. Jesus, you look happy. Can I have a hot dog now, please? Yeah. Om nom nom nom. Suggestive hot dog. Do you? I'm sorry, that's not. He's probably gone. He's like, no suggestive bottle. I don't want to be here anymore. But yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look at chat while we're talking. Yeah, so I mean, Quanta is going to be one of those things that pink one. You mean the underdone one? This one here. Oh, you can't buy it. Oh, they look like these look like the failed ones, right? Or is it like a tasting rack of 3 hot dogs? But yeah, you're right. Those pink ones don't look. I mean, that one doesn't look great if I'm being honest. Also, you can't buy it now. Oh, it's my chili dog. But you can't have it, so I'm just going to have another cruiser dog instead. Nom, 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 nom. Can you look another man in the eye whilst you're eating a hot dog? Hey, Yoget. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for popping back. We've had a fairly successful... Oh, my God, now he's got a hot dog that he won't put down. Put the hot dog down. No, not like that. Grab. Remember, put your rubbish away when you are finished with it, please. Yoink. By sticking your head in the bin, apparently. That's how that works. But yes. 30-minute rule. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's the cost of living crisis. So yeah, if we upped the 5-second rule to the 30-minute rule, is that what's happening? Because I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that whatsoever. Hello, Napo. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Yeah, what was funny earlier, Napo, is I was on the Info Runner stream and I had a bottle of Diet Lemonade, and because it's clear and stuff, the system was just blanking it out. So whilst I was drinking, it would just make the whole thing disappear. So it just looked like suggestively I was just like which is really, as you'll agree, quite an upsetting thing to witness. So there you go. Okay. Yes, it has, Matthew, and Burger King. So both are close to me here, where I live. No one's going to be surprised by. And yeah, both of them are ridiculously expensive. What do people want to see? What are we going to do? What's the plan? Has everyone seen the new racing location in New Babbage? Not New Babbage, but in the Microtech orbit. Apparently, there's a new racing location, which isn't the Snake Pit. So okay, do you know what? I reckon that's something worth doing. It's the 318 thing. Let's go grab some ship that I can just slam into the floor and not really care about. Possibly not a Retaliator with 5 size 9 torpedoes on board. Let's see what else we can. Let's do the Pisces rescue because I love it. It's great. And then we can expedite the claim, right? Now it's destroyed. So there. Oh no. No. Oh God. Here we go. So let's do the Pisces rescue. I love the Pisces rescue. I'm a massive fan. And I've got to say in here that whether he's here or not, dude, love you for this. This was a Christmas present from Can. So yeah, let's go and jump in the Pisces. If you haven't seen the Pisces, we'll do a little, just do a little run round. Like, what? Did I just die a little bit by stepping into the elevator? Told you, man. Those elevators, scariest thing going. Deadliest thing in Star Citizen. No word of a lie. Highest kill ratio. So my favorite bit about the whole Pisces is this: is that your med cabinet actually comes stocked. These are all equipable, grabbable, usable. My favorite bit of the whole thing. It's great. Right, let's jump in. Yeah. No, I don't have an org mate at the minute. My feelings on orgs at the moment is that there's just so much we don't know that it's really hard to understand whether org play is going to be a thing or not. Sorry, what form org play will take in? You know, is it going to be where you have? Is there some format for it? Is there an end game? Is it going to be like raids and dungeons and all that sort of ship? Also that sort of ship multi crew stuff, or is there something else to it? You know, our industrial. Here's my favorite bit of the ship: emergency lights. But you know, our multi kind of component orgs going to be a thing? Are they viable? You know, how does it all work? So at the moment, I'm just kind of holding off and wait until we get much closer. I think before deciding what I'm going to do about an org. So this new racing location, Microtech. I can't remember which. Is it Calliope? You can kind of tell because it's got a really cool name. It must be Euterpe. So the Icebreaker. This is the one, right? Which is a new racetrack, operated by Wildstar Racing. Set route. Let's go and have a look. And then I will fly around it and die horribly with all the kit that I've got on me, but I don't care because they're doing an item reset anyway. So honestly, what does it matter? Matthew, yeah, mate. So I've got two thoughts on orgs. In terms of what I'd like to do when we get there. One is maybe set one up, maybe have a community one. Um, the second is around the Perseus, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with this story, but in Eve there was an outfit called the Guiding Hand Social Club. Now, before anyone starts laughing, I'm not intending to do the Guiding Hand Social Club, but I would be interested in doing something similar. So the Guiding Hand Social Club in Eve was a corporation that wasn't a corporation. There was no affiliation, there was no org, there was no in-game organization. They were just a group of people who were all on the same voice server and all that sort of stuff. But there was no way to link them in-game at all. So unless you got into the Guiding Hand Social Club, you couldn't do any of it. And the key thing with the Guiding Hand Social Club, of course, was that it was entirely invite only people that they knew. So it was impossible to infiltrate, because on a lot of these games it was all about infiltration in real terms, like going and joining someone's org, maybe with an alt account, being with them while feeding information to your real org and stuff like that. And I'm very tempted to do something similar with the Perseus in a very small, very elite private military company that's dedicated to using Perseuses and an attendant fleet to go and disrupt your opponent's supply lines, lightning raids, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's my thought at the moment. This looks kind of cool. So is this an ice lake then? Is that what this is? And there's just loads of bits and pieces down here that you fly around. And also we'll have a look when I'm not heading towards the floor. We'll have a look to see if there's any missions that have popped up around here, or whether I've got to go to Lorville and kind of open the quest there first. Because they've obviously got a few problems here. Just because, like, I don't think that's intentional, unless it's actually a floating. Oh no, it's not rendering in for a while. That's fine. That's fine. If I had to choose one aspect of SC, what focus would I go for? God, the thing is, there's so many viables at the minute. When you don't know what they look like, so things like exploration. I mean, if people aren't tempted by exploration, I think you've got to be a particular brand of person not to be excited by that idea. But this is cool. This is a nice bespoke location that you've added purely for racing and nothing else at this point in time. But salvage interests me. I'm enjoying it with the Vulture. Maybe a little bit of data running. Data running, I think, is quite cool. Depending on how they implement that. And I did do a video a long while back, and I might revisit it at some point, about what they could do with data running to make it genuinely unique and not just another form of cargo, to make it actually useful. I tell you what, if that isn't the start and finish line between those two buildings, they've done this wrong. Or at least get us to fly between them. Right, let's head out this way a bit, and then let's see if we can do a bit of a race here. Is there a mission here? No, there isn't. So there. Clearly, I have to do the Lorville one first, before we come back and do this one. But yeah. Oh, that's cool. Let's go and have a look at that. Can we, I take it we can land and just have a walk around if there's a landing site? Watch other people race, that sort of stuff. That would make sense, right? Yeah, I very much doubt. I mean, because slaving those two turrets, as cool as that would be, would just make Perseus so OP. Even if all you could do was fire forward, that means for the price of a minimal hammerhead crew, which is, you know, a pilot and two gunners, maybe. You could then have three Perseuses, which is a completely different, a completely different prospect. That's not, that's not a lot of fun at all. I'm guessing for anyone to try and deal with that nonsense. But yeah, so I don't. I think that there are certain turrets, and I think the way they'll hand Wavium that away will be to do with the fact that there's no that they're bespoke turrets, so they can't be slaved. That's what I think they'll end up saying about that. Which, yeah, I understand that kind of. I understand that point of view. I think they would be incredibly dangerous if you could do that with the torps as well. It would just be horrible, and the point defense turrets kind of slaved to the computer. That would be absolutely horrific. Right, so let's go and have a look. So that was an awful landing. Completely overshot that. But whatever, let's go and have a walk around as far as I can. Just going to catch up with chat a little. Yeah, exactly that. I like the idea of there's the someone's going to remind me of the name, but there's an org that goes out now, and they go and rescue you, and you can wee. Do you know what? that I identify with that, getting out of the ship and falling over like that. That feels a lot like life in general at this point in time. So yeah, the that's really quite cool as well. We're going to go and have a look at there in a minute. Is there any direction I can go where I can move quickly? This one. No. So I guess we can't get in here just the now, or it will be a landing pad locker like normal. Not even a landing pad locker. Nope, not interactable at all. Let me out. Thank you. Wow. The wind out here is kicking my bottom. And then, oh look, lots of steps leading down to places that just want to kill me. So let's not do that. But this is really cool. I really like the fact that they do this. They've reacted to something the community was doing. So the community was just kind of finding cool places to race around the verse. And they watched that, and not only did they go and do the snake pit, which we looked at on I think in a stream of the Info Runners, where we got X to fly down there because they just added it out of nowhere, and it was one of those super secret stealthy things that they've added without telling anyone. They've also gone and added things like these areas. So each major area now has one of these racing locations. And there's one on ArcCorp in and around one of the cities, all sorts of cool stuff like that. And that was just in reaction to what the community was doing. So they basically looked at what the community were up to and rewarded them with adding these locations in. Now, that's not to say they weren't going to do that anyway. That's not what I'm saying at all. But especially the snake pit, because of the way that was designed, that was their location, and they added into that location because that was where racers were racing. So rather than going, everyone go to this new location, they just did the opposite. They took it to where they were racing specifically, and went, okay, we've built you this bespoke thing. So the next time the racers turned up, they were just like, holy cow, what is this? New racing location for you. Okie dokie. Hey, Robert Culling, thank you for joining the stream, mate. Good to see you on. I'm just going to move this ever so slightly. Yeah, this is crazy. This is like double digits of viewers, which is not what I'm used to, ladies and gents. So yeah, thank you very much for being on. Let's get rid of that. Let's do just another little loop round. Look at some of the more unique locations, like this thing, and then we'll zip off and do something else. I'm just going to keep an eye open if anyone sees a beacon, scream, and we will go and do a rescue right at the end. Or we'll go and do a defend occupants, something like that. Okay. So I'm not going to find out whether that hologram thing is collidable. Hopefully it isn't, but I'm not going to test that theory. But that is very cool. It's interesting. Obviously, they've got a few problems here. They've got buildings that aren't spawning in until you get close, like that one over there. There you go. It's just spawned in now. But yeah, a couple of small issues and errors. But again, just as a location, just being added for racing. And then I guess they can come back and add whatever else they want to this. But that's kind of cool. Sir Francis Drake, I expect you cheeky bugger. Also, Napo was talking to Splice or Bear or whatever he's called this week, and Cosmo. We should do a Cosmo thing at some point this month. Let's do that. So does anyone know the backstory to this? Is this a massive ice lake? Are these basically piers and stuff? What's the story here? I mean, they've got a nautical style. I mean, that thing looks like a cruise liner that's half sunk. So what do we think? Is that what this is? Let's have a look. Don't light your ship on fire, please. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. It's not going to be the last time. So there. Okay, so what is this location then? So we've got some cargo movers. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? It really does look like it's some sort of berth for a ship, ice ships or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Right. We have a bunker to clear out, and then we shall... jump around the moon like this. Yeah, so we'll see how it pans out when we get there. But Matthew saying, yeah, let's raid Algred's fleet. Yeah, absolutely. Although, and I'm just throwing it out here. I mean, the first time X gets his Kraken. Just saying. Yeah, so this is one of the interesting bugs with the star map at the minute, is it keeps doing that, or the kind of quantum interface is that it keeps doing this weird thing where it drops the background and that's it. But we'll go down there. We'll see if I can go there without getting shot at, because the Pisces does not stand up very long in front of those turrets. So we'll see if we can do a bit of a careful approach, not die too hard. On our approach. Hopefully it's the light side so I can see what's going. No, of course it's going dark. Why wouldn't it be going dark? That's just, otherwise it'd be too easy. So hopefully it's not in the middle of ice plains or whatever. Okay, so it is nestled amongst some hills, so that's good at least. Look at that. Look at that. Look how pretty it is. Look how pretty it is. He says as he hurtles towards the ground. I think that's one of the things I enjoy about this game so much, is there are still times when I look at it and go, wow, this is actually gorgeous. There's still moments where you just think, this is beautiful. What's also cool is the scanning's now picking up the trees. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. Okay, let's do a quick peek. And if it gets all rowdy and starts shooting at us, hello, 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 anyone? No, no. So, yeah, let's give that a go. But nothing there seems to want to kill us just now. So let's... Because the minute we hear the radar lock sound, we know we've got to run. We look all right. I think... I've said it now. You watch. And then skid up to the door. Lovely. Well, there's stuff down there shooting each other. So hopefully I won't just explode in a fiery, nasty death ball. Get, I don't know, one of the subscriber items and then leave, do we think? What do you reckon? Chances? Right. So, I probably want to go in with something that's got a little bit more ammo than that. So let's go with that. Also, the guards are doing a good job of killing a couple of them for us, so that's also good news. I saw you. Friendly. Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, as you guys probably know, the AI is not that bad to deal with, and then every so often it just goes up like that. That was good. Check your magazine count, you fool. Whoa! That was close. Cheeky. It should come up with a target marker now, shouldn't it? Yeah, that was unpleasant. Let's not do that again. You're friendly, I think. You are also friendly. It would be just my luck that we get yet another mission where the last bad guy hasn't spawned. Well, I think he has spawned. Do you know what? Death or glory. For science! There we go. Knife kill to finish it off. Yes, yeah, exactly that. I am here to help. Please do not resist. Yeah, I shall grab that. Thank you much, Lee. Let's get rid of that thing, because I'm not a fan, although I will take those bits first. No, not that bit. That bit. Thank you. Let's equip this bit. I've got my FS9 again. Woohoo! Great success. And then let's loot bad boy here. What do you got? I'll take that for your friend who forced me to use mine down below. As in the level down, not, you know what I mean. Don't be rude. Okie dokie. Do you know what? I reckon we can also get rid of this. Hopefully, if we find some decent guns in here. Sniper rifle. I mean, I'll take a rail gun if I have to. Yeet. Railgun to the hands, then. Excuse me, do you have anything larger? Why won't you let me equip it? I just got rid of the... Ugh. Whatever. I don't feel this gun quite fits my needs. Do you have anything beefier? Nope. Right, let's go and find out if there's any other crates anywhere. There's one. You appear to have... Why do you have no helmet? Were you a player? No, you were normal, but you also have lots of that stuff on you. So, open. Let's pop that across to there. Let's find out what's in here. Loot. My favorite gun in the entire game. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. I will take that. I will drop this every day of the week. See you later for that one. Gib. And then hopefully if I put it in my hands, it'll still have the scope. It kept the scope. Great success. Top tip. If it doesn't, if they haven't already fixed that, putting weapons into your hands retains the attachments. whereas putting it straight onto your back might end up losing it. So there you go. Grab. I'll tell you what we'll do before that. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, whatever. Grab. Give. Oh, boo. You've not done... Don't do this to me. Okay, we'll come back up. I'm sure we can fix it. I'm sure we can fix it. Yeah, so I picked up a couple of railguns doing missions earlier on in the weekend. So if we can't get that one, although it is the very, very cool skin, it isn't the end of the world. So, let's see. Was there anything lying around? Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, is it? Am I trying to do that with the one that, yeah, isn't the right size? There we go. Doesn't have the right number of bullets. So yeah, items will get wipe feathers. It's going to be a partial wipe, so it won't be rep and UEC, AUEC, but it will be the other stuff, unfortunately. But there you go. That's just them's the breaks, yo. Anything good? I don't know if that's good, but I don't really want it anyway. So, no, nothing else in there I need. A couple of places they've taken to hiding loot boxes, and that's one of them. Just as a good heads up. But they seem to be hiding them elsewhere. I don't think we saw anything in here when we were, but and I think you get the possession of stolen items if you take stuff off of guards. So probably don't do that either. Everyone else, fine, not the guards. Yep, that's the one we looked at. Right. Maybe there's one in the entranceway, but I think that's it. Now, hopefully, we can go and grab that railgun. You're not gonna... You are absolutely not gonna let me do that whatsoever, are you? Come on. Do I need to come back down for you? I do, don't I? That's fine. We have time. Don't point your gun at me, sir. It's just rude. Small medical one, which I'm not too fussed about. Ooh, loot box. Why not? Come on, random armor piece. No, but I will take a grenade launcher. I don't mean to be this lucky. Honest. Oh, inspect it, you reckon? Okay, well, I'll take the grenade launcher up, and then I shall come back, and we shall grab that loot box back that's just gone past my shoulder. And we got 8 minutes. It's fine. It's like it's over half the time we had when we started. We're all good. I need, if this becomes a thing and I get my actual stream deck, I get an actual stream deck and get that set up and stuff. I will have a button that allows me to play elevator music whilst I'm on elevators. I don't know what that elevator music will be. Whether it's going to be some like really cheesy do 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 do, or whether it's just like the psycho because elevators are the most dangerous thing in the game. Haven't decided. We'll figure it out. you're not going to give me the ship's inventory now, are you? At every turn, you have foiled me for these guns. No. There we go. Thank you. I'm going to keep the FS. I'm going to pop the that one in there as well. Pop the railgun ammo in there. Pop the thingy ammo in there. Pop that in there. And then watch as this gets destroyed whilst I'm down below sorting this crap out. But yeah, let's do that. Because that would be my day. Cool. All right, let's go back down. So let's see. Does it let me play now? Go on, let me play. He for a moment looked like a bad guy. You lied. The expect doesn't work afterwards. Yay! Oh, the Psycho Family Guy Star Wars elevator music. Yes, that exactly that. Come on. Oh, there you go. Interesting. No, you didn't lie. You didn't lie. I take it all back. Thank you ever so much. Right, let's get out of here. Let's get back to Tressler. Let's store this stuff and let's call it a day. Hopefully before I disconnect again. Because, you know, disconnects. Slowest elevator ever. Say hello to my little friend. Took my life into my own hands there. I don't know if you noticed that, but running off the elevator like that. There we go. Compensator and Delta Point. We are ready to go. Okie dokie. Yeah, right. That's the problem with the delay, Matthew. The whole delay between YouTube and YouTube chat and this is that sometimes that shit just catches you out. Okay. Try and find an orbital marker so I can align to it once I'm up. Okay, maybe I can jump straight to Tressler, right? No, evidently not. Okay, quick look around. There we go. That should take us towards Tressler, right? That's how that works. I can do this. I can do the game thing with the stuff and the knowledge and the talking and Okie dokie. Let's kill that for a second. Back to that Tressler. Here we go. Lovely job. So, not a bad little stream. Did some blowing up of big ships with big torpedoes. Did some having a look at 318 new points of interest. And did some missions that actually completed and tracked the kills and didn't stitch me up by screwing over my rep, which was nice. And I reckon next Sunday, potentially, we go and have a look at that. I can pre-position myself and we can go and have a look at that site on Daymar. The 600i crash location again. Because the last time I was there, people were spawning in underground in the PTU and were shooting me from below the earth, which, as far as I'm concerned, is cheating. So... And that seems to be getting better as well, which is nice. But yes. So